Hi guys, this is the last video I'm going to make to help you with this, okay? So here I went into the library through mypima.pima.edu, clicked on the library, mega search, themes in Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been, Joyce Carol Oates. I put it all in quotation marks and went search, okay? Okay, now let's limit it over here. How about we limit this? Show more. Academic journals, magazines, reviews, and ebooks. Update. Okay, here's as pure realism. Here is somebody talking about it as impure realism. Here is someone who's doing the paper on this asked, who is Ellie? What is the meaning of the character of Ellie as Arnold Friend's friend in the car who's just standing there while he's, creeping on this girl? Here's an entire review called Who is Ellie, okay? So you'll find a lot. Now say you wanted to get this one. Okay, you need to click PDF full text on the left-hand side in order to open it. Now, you can export citations by, say, doing direct export to EasyBib. Problem with that is that this used to be something easy, and it used to be linked to the Pima library. It is not anymore. Notice how it's taking forever to load. It may never load. So, I would just go Cite, and scroll down to MLA, and simply, it already has the hanging indent, in fact. Just go Control-C, which is copy, right? Or you can do copy up here, like this, copy, and paste it into your Word document. This isn't even opening anymore. Okay, so when you click on PDF full text, here it comes and you can read it, okay? Now, when you go back into it, let's get out of PDF full text and back into it. In the beginning, it has what's called an abstract. This tells you what it's about, so you don't have to necessarily read the whole thing or even skim the whole thing. It talks about how this is realism, not an allegory, the naturalism of the story, and it says so-called symbols, so she refutes, which is to say she makes an argument against the idea that anything in there was symbolic or that Arnold Friend was a supernatural demon in any way. She argues against that, even though the author herself talks about that. She makes an interpretation about this, right? So you could read that. Okay, if you need any help, contact a librarian. Use Ask a Librarian. Click on this, type in your question, and click Submit a question, and they will answer within 24 hours. Now, not sure about spring break. I would check the library hours to find out about that, okay? Okay, online. You can look up Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been analysis. And you're going to find it automatically. You don't have to put it into quotation marks. You're going to find a lot on here, lit charts, allocations, schmoops, mark notes. That'll help you to think about it, okay? And it'll tell you what the common interpretations are, and you can think about whether you agree with them or not, okay? I want you to remember. Okay, let's see. So we're talking about before. Let's say that you are lifting a direct quote. Let's go back to the library, pure realism, this PDF full text. Okay. Okay. Starts out by talking about how the tendency is to equate Arnold Friend with the devil and mysticize the story into a dream allegory and where have you going, where have you been. This person disagrees with the view. Okay. Okay. Let's say you want to quote this right here. Connie exists in a dreamlike state, but never in a dream. A.R. Coulthart is the author, right? Page 3. Although the setting for this story seems surreal, it's quite clear that... Okay. What was their name again? Cold Heart. Okay, Cold Heart 3. Now that's if you want to use any outside quotes. You need to do any from quotes from the story itself, do the same thing. If you cannot find the original collection, just use the page number, count the number of pages if they're not numbered on the PDF. Use the page, or if they are numbered, look at what it is, if it's in a collection or not. Use it from the D2L version, okay? Like Carver 3, if you're pulling a quote out of Cathedral, okay? So here you'd have Cold Heart 3, and then if you're quoting, you need to put in your works cited. Remember, we're gonna cite this. Okay, you need to go down to MLA and put this into your works cited like this. Okay. And it needs to be in alphabetical order, so that's going to become before. Okay, so that's how you would do it. I showed you how to generate this using CiteThisForMe.com or through OWL Purdue as well. I showed you in that other video how to generate it from an online search. Very easy if you're using the library database. It's right there when you go cite, okay? What are other reasons to use these citations? I'm going to write it down right here. Use or make a works cited whenever you use a direct quote from a text. Heavily paraphrase from one specific text. You'll notice later when we're writing research papers that what you want to do is read a lot of different sources and what's called synthesize them, which means put them together and make your own take on them, your own idea about it, right? Then you don't need to have that in your works cited. But if you're heavily paraphrasing from one particular study or source, then you need to have that in your works cited. And you also need to make sure you're paraphrasing, which means writing it differently. If it's exact wording, you need to have it in quotes, or otherwise it's plagiarism, okay? Using data and statistics. This is going to matter more in your research paper. Anything you're taking data or statistics from, that's going to go into your works cited, okay? So here you use a direct quote, so you put that into here. Okay, and that's how you would introduce a quote. Although the setting for the story seems surreal, it's quite clear that Connie exists in a dreamlike state, but never a dream. She seems to drift through her summer without a care in the world, but the reality of her situation is brought home when she finds that her actions have consequences in the world. Right? So you need to introduce your quotes like that. They should come naturally in what you're saying, and illustrate what you're saying. Don't just put a quote for the sake of a quote. Have it, be saying something specific or be in regards to something that you're going to say next, and naturally kind of work them in. Remember, if you're using long quotes, you have to drop them down and indent them, and they're called block quotes. Okay. So that's how you would look online. That's how you would look in the Pima Library database. I want you to remember due dates. Okay, March 19th at midnight in the Dropbox. March 19th at midnight in the Dropbox. Bottom of Module 3, Unit 1. Unit 1. Okay, in the rough draft Dropbox. And also upload via attachment to the Week 8 discussion. Remember that your first peer review should be finished by the 24th at midnight. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's say this is my paper. And I'm going to go save as and call it, and go into documents and call it rough draft close reading current peer. Okay. Okay, so here I'm going to go back into the D2L. I already have this open. I had it open to week 2 because of Death in the Maiden. I'm going to go into Module 3 Revising. I'm going to go and do March 19th at 11:59. Yes, 3 to 5 pages. You don't have to use outside sources unless you want to, but you need to at least cite the work that you're using. But if it helps you, you can use some outside sources. Close reading. Okay. You're just going to go. You're going to click on it to get into it. Okay. And I think it's not letting me do anything because I'm in teaching mode, so let me go into View as Student. Which, doing that takes me completely out of the whole thing. I apologize. I'm trying to do this quickly before this video has to end. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Okay. Alright. Draft close reading. Okay, upload. And upload, and you just can find it. Okay. Okay, rough draft, close reading, open. Okay, here is my paper. And submit. Okay, all of the other things that I have on there are just things that you might want to read, stuff that other students have read. I also give you an example of how you should do your peer review, but I'll make another video to show you before that's due, okay? Final draft is not due till March 31st at 11:59. After you give me your paper, I'm going to email you individually to ask about conference times, okay? Okay, and week 8 discussion, okay, so due March 19th, ends March 24th, okay? That's when your peer review is due. This is when you need to upload your paper. So go in there. Click on that. This is where you can get the checklist there here, right? This will download it for you. You can open it as a Word document. Oh, no. Okay. Start a new thread. Here is my rough draft of the close reading. Okay. Okay. I look forward to your comments. Okay. Add attachments, upload. Alright. Open. Post. Okay, once I see you guys have uploaded your papers, I'm actually going to assign you partners. It's kind of tricky since we're doing this from afar, but I'm going to say this all in an email that I'm sending to you now. Okay? And I'll make another video just showing you how to do peer review. There also are examples on here. Okay, I think this should be enough to help you write your paper.